My guys, Ant and my brother Jose. We right here in the man cave, man. This is the first of many, you know, new episodes, man. So we rocking tonight. I ain't got the one note in front of me, but I do remember that we got, some NBA talk. We talking Kings. We talking Lakers. If are the Lakers gonna make it to the playoffs? We talking Kings versus Warriors potentially in the playoffs and how the outlook of that is. We got some NFL talk for you. Um, I got a Sports Illustrated. What was it? A Sports Illustrated article that I seen today that we're gonna cover. Also, we got the boxing match of Caleb Plant versus I forgot who's he fighting. You know who he's fighting? Benavidez. And we also talking Javante Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Man, we got one hell of a podcast for you. So tonight, man, how you guys doing? I know that.
Excited. First podcast for the new show. We are going to be here every weekend. It's going to be exciting. Every weekend, something new. And we're exploring all sports, not just baseball like I'm doing on Sundays, and not just football like we got on Wednesdays. We're doing the whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. We're hitting it all.
We get to talk shop, man, finally.
We talking about everything. Anything you guys want, we got it. Anything sports related, it don't even matter. It could be table tennis, ping pong, it don't even matter. We got you guys.
Are we talking table tennis?
I'm the best table tennis player in the world.
Whatever ESPN the Ocho has, we can talk it.
All right, I'm down. Let's kick it off, man. Ant, do you got the one note up over there or no?
I don't.
One second.
We can start off with the Sacramento Kings.
Go ahead. That's what it was to be.
We playing tonight. There's the Phoenix Suns one time.
It's supposed to be on the fucking TV.
Kings in third place. We're trying to get a second. Trying to get it first. We gonna make it to the playoffs for the first time in a million years. Let's be honest.
18 years.
It's gonna get a long time coming. Ooh. I mean, for everybody who's a true Sacramento Kings fan, anybody who's a newcomer, hey, I'm excited for everybody. City of Sacramento, we're gonna make it. And how far we gonna go? To be determined. But I can tell you right here, right now, we're a deep squad. My boy Fox, Sabonis, woo!
Oh yeah, talk about it.
You know, Mr. Triple Double himself.
He's almost averaging a triple, yeah.
Ooh, we went to the game the other night.
Tuesday, yeah.
Hey, almost floor seats, 5 rows up. I can't complain. But that guy's a big man. Sabonis, big man. He was biting everybody.
Bro, those seats, it was crazy. We were like 5 rows from the court, man. It was an experience. So I actually won some tickets. We had one hell of a time. I was able to take my brother. We were able to go down into the Kings little bar area underneath the stadium or underneath the arena that they have for special VIPs and things like that when you get tickets. It was cool because you get free drinks, which is beer and wine, and then you also get free food. So we got to stuff ourselves, got to drink for free, except for him because he likes to drink Red Bulls. And yeah, man, it was fun. We got down there first quarter before everybody because at halftime, man, it's like that place is rocking.
And whoever decides to make Celtics green cupcakes and Celtics green Rice Krispie treats,
that was horrible.
Come on, man. Purple, black, anything but besides green. I know St. Patrick's last week, but
they were leftover.
That was like bad voodoo on our team. It was horrible. I wanted to grab them all and throw them in the trash, but. Yeah, I'm not that rude, So.
They told us to eat. Yeah, you are, but they told us to eat as much as we wanted. I was like, I couldn't do it because that's bad luck. And yeah, man, we ended up losing that night. I blame it on the cupcakes for sure.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, we got smashed.
So with your boy LeBron, he coming back?
Yeah, he'll be back here April 3rd.
He'll be back when they out the playoffs.
Yeah, from down low, he's saying his own thing. Media saying April 3rd for the last 3 to 4 games. I mean, who knows, to be honest. I think we're going to make it regardless. I am a Laker fan, ladies and gentlemen. Die hard. And I do believe when we make the playoffs regardless of LeBron, when he comes back, I say let him ride the bench for the next week, 2 weeks, and then get him fresh for the playoffs, man. Like, as soon as we hit that play-in, I think we'll be in the play-in. Hopefully we get 6 or 7 in the play-in. They won't win 2 straight, but I think we'll make it in there regardless.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of the biggest LeBron fans. Support everything he does. But then when he went to the Lakers, he was my sworn enemy. Sworn enemy.
Oh, man.
What
If I
happened?
seen him outside, I give him a big hug. But then I talk so much BS to him.
Man. You don't got to do all that, though. I was a huge Pager fan growing up. I love Pager Sarkovic.
No, I'm a big
And he was
a big LeBron
He
fan.
was the king. He was the king, man. I love Pager.
He picked the wrong squad.
Man.
Yeah, so I can't support
I'll
him.
probably be happier than you that the Kings made the playoffs, man.
You know, you can't be happier than me.
No, you say
Stop
that,
it.
but
Stop it.
just what it'll do for the city of Sacramento. We'll get playoff atmosphere in Sac, and just the potential of having Lakers Sacramento Kings playoffs for the first time in almost 2 decades.
Too bad it won't happen this year, right?
Ah, you crazy, man. You crazy.
They got that was the thing though. It was do the Lakers even make it into the play-in? That's a question I have.
Yeah, I believe we do. We're running. We're hot right now. We have I feel like after the trade deadline and the pieces we acquired, we made it. We got some young pieces to where we made it.
The young cat, what's his name? Reeves.
I have
Is
no
that
idea.
right?
Austin Reeves.
I ain't gonna lie. Little guys scoring like 25 points a game right now.
We made ourselves more of a whole. Before we had like Pat Beverly and all these people who were like, it's weird. They talk different. They had different aspects on the game. They didn't know. Like I felt like they were just all like they're all trying to be leaders, and you don't need a bunch of leaders. You just need a team.
You got that bad
You know,
blue
whole.
off your back. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Pat Bev's gone.
Westbrook. Westbrook.
Yeah.
What's his name?
we can have a whole segment on Russell Westbrook. I love that guy to death. But yeah,
Hey, that's a true Mr. Triple Double, and this guy just stunk it up this year. Even going to the Clippers, he stunk it up.
he had a better year than he had last year. He can't hit a shot, man. Like he can't.
Hey, wide open. Hey, people 20 feet from him, and he'll just pass it.
Draymond Green leaving him. Yeah, 10 feet spacing. Dude won't even shoot it. Like that's how you know those issues. But overall, he started out horrible with the Clippers. Then they came back. I think won 3 or 4 straight. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's to be determined there too. They also aren't guaranteed a playoff spot. So, but yeah, I mean,
The crazy part, everybody on the Pacific West, or at least on the Western Conference, there's like 2 games in between each other. Like,
yeah,
almost literally.
Yeah,
You lose 2 games straight, and you could be in the 10th spot. You're going a 5-game win streak.
I think
you can be in third.
after Denver. Then it's, I think you guys are 2 to 3 now. You 3 now.
We're 3 right now.
Yeah, 3 right now. Yeah. So after you guys, there's like a fat margin, and then everybody else is like fighting for 1 through 10 or 3 through 10. So it's like,
I think the Kings up to tonight got 9 games left. So I don't know how many everybody else has, but I think the Kings have 9 games left. Everybody else is around between 8 to 10 games for sure, easily.
Yeah, so the season is ending soon. I know that.
Within the next 2 weeks.
The play-in takes place April 11th through the 14th. So, but yeah, and I was just saying, Kings working to end the 16-year playoff drought. Finally, man, as a Kings fan,
2 years off.
dude, that is it feels good, man. I know I'm definitely gonna be in the building for one of these playoff games. I just hope that we do get to see the Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, all these teams that are around this area that we have beef with, and it's just gonna be fun just to knock them out the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna feel good as a Kings fan to finally have some redemption.
Usually for at least the Kings games, I've always gone on the weekends. At least Friday night through Sunday. But we went on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Like the atmosphere was crazy. Every bar downtown was packed, or at least around the stadium or arena. I mean, we went to some random new place that popped up, and almost had 80 to 100 people in this one. The bar was pretty small.
Darling Avery's.
And it had a good amount of people in there. And that's on a Tuesday.
That was a Tuesday.
So I said when the playoffs start, for sure. I mean, downtown's gonna be crazy. Even if you not even going to the game, people are gonna be down
every
regardless.
bar.
Yeah.
Every bar, man.
So and it depends on who we're playing. They'll even hype it up even more. It doesn't only be the Warriors, Lakers. A team that's local. It's gonna be a good atmosphere for sure.
Yeah, no, it felt like playoffs again, man. Some of these games, even watching them on TV, it feels like that playoff atmosphere, and it's finally fun to just watch basketball again and not just be disappointed every year, like the Laker fans are right now. But I know that. So I was looking at the standings, and right now, the Lakers and the Thunder are pretty much tied, 36 and 37. They're playing tonight.
I know.
So if the Thunder beat the Lakers tonight,
Who's home team?
I think
I
it's
think
in LA.
I think it's in LA.
So LA is losing.
I'll tell you right now, actually. Yep, it's in LA.
They're playing right now. That was the score.
Yep, yeah. I don't know what the score is. I got my one note. I got my notes. You were supposed to put it on the TV so we can, Come on, host.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know, it's all
It's
right.
all good.
We'll figure it
For the
out.
people
Anthony,
out there.
Mr. Producer over there, can you let us know what the score on the Lakers game is and the Kings? All right, appreciate it. And while he's doing that, man, I got a question for both of you guys. Actually, whoever want to answer can answer. Who wins if the Kings face the Warriors in this year's playoff? First round, second round, third round. It don't matter. Who wins?
I'll go first.
All
I think the Kings. I think they win. I think they go 6 games. Kings deep. They're real deep, man. And it's, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I think the Warriors are just they're kind of slouching. They're kind of they're getting up there in age, and they don't got that many players other than Curry and Thompson anymore, man. You can't. Who's that third guy they're relying on? Jordan Poole. He has up and down games, but he's had a pretty consistent season. But I mean, other than that,
my Michigan alone.
you can't really trust anybody on that team. I feel like the Kings they're deep. They got squad. They got swag. They got shooters all around the court. But I'll tell you right now, they don't play any defense.
They don't play. Their
And
offense is the defense lightweight.
if you play a team that is going to lock you up to under 110 points, like the Lakers, you might have some problems. But to answer your question, I got the Kings in 6.
Okay, but what team has been able to shut the Kings down? What team has been able to shut the Kings down below 110 consistently throughout the season? Not a lot because of the way the Kings play, and especially their offense. If once they're on, man, they're on, and it's hard to stop them, even with the really good defense. I mean, it's just the way that they.
Chemistry.
The chemistry. It's also their offense. They're running the Princeton offense. Like they're moving constantly. If you see how it's just like a time clock. Everybody's moving. Everybody's sharing the ball. And they just get open. And then especially you got Sabonis playing real big man basketball. Like he's actually playing like that old school feel. We got a little nephew coming out. But yeah, man. I mean, I see. It's 6 for the Warriors. What about the Lakers?
Lakers, I got Lakers in 7.
Lakers in 7.
Yeah.
You got Lakers in 7.
I got Lakers in 7. It could be a good series. You guys would have the home court, so that would be big. We clamp up when we got to low scoring games. I say like in the low hundreds for sure, man. It was like. We clamped everybody up. Look at our score. We might not win, but we're not scoring either. So it's like everybody's scoring 95 to 110 points a night. So as long as we can clamp up and stay healthy, I think we can beat anybody, man.
That's a true fan right there,
be
ladies
honest,
and gentlemen.
With the Warriors, which is a tough squad to beat. Obviously, they won 4 championships in 8, 9 years, something like that. I won't say 7 years, but anyways. Or the Lakers, who are experienced team with LeBron. The Kings they're to be determined. Only because we're a new squad, young, and we haven't been to the playoffs in a million years.
Yeah, you are.
But we have great coaching. That's what really turned the Kings around this year. Mike Brown and his whole entire staff.
Shout out to Mike Brown.
Shout out to them. He's going to win Coach of the Year. If he doesn't win Coach of the Year, the fix is in.
He's definitely coach.
So
Coach of the Year.
He's going to win Coach of the Year. In a series, I'm going to give it to him, depending on if he's playing the Warriors and win. Because Kerr, as a coach, is also experienced. He played and now he's coaching. They won 4 championships. And he has what? How many rings does Kerr have?
But he kind of got that handed to him.
Her total rings, he's got at least
8 or 9?
Yeah.
At least I'll say
because he got 5 or 4.
4 or 5 for sure with Jordan.
With Jordan.
So he's up there.
But all them rings on a silver platter. You got to think about that because what's his name? Mark. What's his name?
I think
He
versus
put that team
the
together.
Lakers.
That was that first. Come on. Oh,
If we
on.
play the Lakers, it will
Come
go
on.
6 or 7 games, but I don't think they can keep up with our speed. We have, the Kings have no defense,
No,
but you have to score more than your opponent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just based off our young guys that we got, we can get on them. But
yeah,
the
with
Warriors,
everybody healthy, yeah.
true 3-point team. But when they want to play defense, they can. If they get Wiggins back,
I don't see it.
that's another element they got.
Hey man,
You know,
I really think the Lakers will give you more fits than the.
you think so?
than the
I
Warriors
hope
will,
that
yeah.
Wiggins news that I.
Well, yeah, like the Warriors. Yeah, they're a lights out shooting team, but slap a yeah, not easy to say, but put a body on these fools and they ain't gonna do all that, man. And you got young talent who can at least keep up with those guys. Yeah, you're not gonna stop Steph Curry. He's gonna drop 35 a night when he wants to, hands down, no brainer. But yeah, Klay Thompson, you put a body on him, and he's gonna get a little frantic. He's gonna start running around a little more, start dribbling a little more than he normally does, but he never dribbles in the first place. So I mean, you start doing that stuff, you lock down the third, and whoever the fourth weapon is, and it's a lock. Like the Kings are just a better team, all around, all aspects.
I know we're talking
except for coaching.
The Lakers and the Warriors also, potentially facing the Kings. But there's so many other teams that the Kings and even the Lakers could play. I mean, there's the Mavericks. We got the Grizzlies.
The Mavs, though, come on.
Only team I don't want to play, honestly, is the Nuggets. I'm also their first place right now for a reason. Mr. Triple Double, the real Mr. Triple Double. I think he has almost 30 triple doubles.
Yeah.
Jokic, I mean, come on now.
Joker? Yeah, he's up there, man.
Yeah,
He might win
Yeah,
fourth. He might
be
win his
MVP.
fourth MVP.
Yeah, close 30 and second is your boy Demonis with I think 13 or 12, 13.
Hey,
And I said that in the group chat. I was like,
hey, big differential.
Look at the differential there.
Big one.
I hate how the media and everybody jumps on Jokic's throat. This dude is literally destroying the NBA,
Yeah.
taking it by force, and all they see is apparently skin color, and
That hate.
how are you doing that? Like,
ESPN.
Yeah.
Hey, but he's doing this as a big
Fox.
man.
exactly,
Oh, he
and
is.
everybody's saying Joel Embiid. And I 100%. I think Joel Embiid is a better player than Jokic, but it's
But
just
having the better year and carrying it.
yeah. It's just how you play basketball. You got a better team around you. You're playing in the West, which is for the first time in a really long time softer than the East, and this overall aspect of the game. Harden's been out a little more. He hasn't missed too many games, but he's missed here and there games. Embiid's had to step up, but just the overall numbers of the game and the fact that the Denver Nuggets are in first place in the West, it's a no-brainer, man. Like,
No, it is a
you
no-brainer.
can't take that away from him. Like,
All right, so let me ask you this: so if you take out Joker or you take out Embiid, what team hurts worse? Is it Philadelphia or Denver?
I'll say Philly. Philly's hurting more.
Philly's hurting more.
Yeah, like you still have Harden, but after that you have Maxey, who was hurt majority of the season, I believe. And then in the West you got Denver, you lose Jokic, then you have Aaron Gordon. You still have Jamal Murray, who came back, who's having a good year, and Michael Porter Jr. He's kind of like he's like a wild card. You never know what you need from him. So, but yeah, I think Philly hurts more.
Yeah, but both of those teams have good ass coaches though.
Yeah, but you also got to look.
Mike Malone.
You also look at the East.
Mike Malone,
East-
former Kings
Well,
coach.
But this is the huge thing here. You take out Joel Embiid in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, the East is tough this year. You got Miami, you got Boston, and then you got there's another team.
Hey, Joel
Atlanta's
Embiid,
in
I ain't gonna
there.
lie. His career when he first started, this guy missed a million games. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, he's healthy now. Did he really miss all those games back in the day on purpose? I'm assuming he did. Because there's no way you can miss half the season,
Just
three-quarters of the
come out of
season,
nowhere.
and now you're playing, 70 games. Yeah, I'm just saying, as a big man, I mean, I think he was just BSing the whole time. And all of a sudden they start winning, and now he wants to play. I'm just saying. That's just me.
There is more to it. Yeah.
I'm not a real, true Philly fan, but
Yeah, when it comes down to coaching, Mike Malone, you guys had to stand with him. He was part of the reason why you guys took a decline again, because he had you guys right where you guys needed to be.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Fired for no reason.
It was
King
for the
start
owners.
over again, and then you also got he coached the Clippers. What's his name?
Who coached the Clippers?
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers,
Doc Rivers, come on,
I thought he was in
automatic.
Orlando.
Doc Rivers.
That was a long
Been in
time
the league
ago.
for a long time. Doc Rivers. He's the coach.
Tripping.
He's one of the goats of the coaching league game. So if he came down to it, yeah, I think that's weird. But Doc Rivers always had really good teams and done nothing.
Yeah, he's always had really good players.
Squad.
Yeah, he has a staff squad.
Yeah, like they were giving him some harsh criticism when he left the Clippers.
He had redhead. What's his name?
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah. They hit Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan.
Chris Paul, yep. He had them when they was young.
Young primes, yeah, dunking over fools. But now,
Lob City, is that what it was called?
Yeah, Lob City. That was back in the day. Hey, cuz, Mr. Producer, what's the scores over there?
All right, for the Lakers game, it is currently
Losing.
quarter 2, 68-57 in the Lakers.
Okay.
telling you, man, we're coming into a groove, getting our
You
thing
guys ain't got
going.
nobody playing tonight.
We got.
Russell's out tonight, right?
I wish I remember
LeBron.
his nickname. Mayo Mamba. They call him the Mayo Mamba. Austin Reeves. The Mayo Mamba. I saw that on Twitter last night. The Mayo Mamba.
Eminem, huh?
Man,
Okay.
he has been,
The Mayo Mamba.
Yeah, he
Okay.
has been just doing his thing.
Hey.
JC, he's been getting on my neck about that guy, and I'm like, he's just cool.
Now, he's been balling out. His numbers been pretty good.
A nice little groove.
But I would tell you what, if we can play the Lakers first round,
Easy.
and no, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but that's good though. For not only for the rivalry, but for both cities.
100%.
You
That's a
know,
lot of money.
it brings back so many horrible memories for us, for Kings fans. But just the rivalry itself, you know what I mean? It's good. It's good.
I know. What's the Kings score?
73-76 on the Suns.
What quarter? Third?
We just
Third
beat.
quarter.
We just beat them by like 16.
Okay.
A couple nights ago.
All right.
I seen that.
Yeah, not much. We losing to the Rockets and beating the Suns.
Hey.
What's going on out here?
And
Come
that's the
on.
worst. When you beat the worst teams, or you beat the good teams, you lose to the worst
But
teams.
there's
That's
no Kevin
that's-
Durant.
I don't even care if AD was out. Like the Rockets ain't doing nothing, and they're purposely not doing nothing, and they're still winning games. Like, come on, man, they're down there tanking, and you're making it hard for them to tank. Like, jeez.
I know Kevin Durant's out.
He's coming back next week.
Next week.
They call him next week. Next Wednesday, I believe.
After he slipped on
KD. You seen that? What a goob. What a goober, man. He just going up for a layup and just slips. Like, I remember one of those things where they like purposely spill something there or something. That's what it literally looked like. It was like he just goes up for a random layup on the baseline and slips. Like,
They say he slipped on some sweat. Like, y'all doing practice shots. Who was sweating out there?
Literally, there was nobody around him either. It's just him just looking in the corner by himself.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
Probably the extra lotion he had on his
This
ankles.
dude, he's hit the interview hard too. So that's something you got to look at in the future for Kevin Durant. Like, how much longer is he gonna last playing the way he's playing?
He's hella skinny. He needs to put some meat on his bones.
Yeah, he needs to do
He
something
needs
because
some muscles.
or wear some high tops or something.
He did that same.
Always wearing them low tops.
He did that same size his entire
That's
career,
what
though.
everybody
He
says
ain't
until
no
he's
muscle.
hurt. Oh, he's wearing low tops. Like, yeah, probably. Probably what it is. That's the same with Kobe.
What we got next? What we got next?
What we got next? We got some NFL talk, man.
NFL. I love the NFL. Let's
So
go.
do I. All right, the question I got for you guys tonight, man. Lamar Jackson. What the hell went wrong? What went wrong?
Jesus, I truly, I was really like on that wagon. Man, the NFL's not against this guy. But now I'm like, with the whole, I'm pretty sure it was today or yesterday when they were saying that his friend that they were going down to the gym with, oh no, you can't have him talk to other teams, this and that. Like, man, regardless if he did it or not, which I honestly don't even believe he did.
I don't believe it.
That's hogwash. That's going out there and just doing a step on for no reason. I really do believe the NFL is doing some funky business behind the scenes because you never hear that kind of stuff. Never anything like that in the NFL no more about people talking to teams and stuff like that. So, like, why would it happen? And two, how would he actually get caught up? You know, like, I mean, players are that dumb, and they wouldn't let that to happen themselves. Especially when they let the bag sitting right in front of them. You know, $250 million guaranteed dollars. You think that they're gonna allow that to happen? No way. That's how I feel about it.
I think it's just his guaranteed money. I mean, I don't know exactly what he wants. I mean, it'd be nice if he said publicly exactly what he wants if he's representing himself. But he want. I mean, from what we've read or heard in the whole night, he wants guaranteed money on a lot of it.
Yeah.
And which is, from us as fans and our players, obviously that's a good thing. They want the guaranteed money. And if you're obviously team management, you don't want to give that up, especially for a player who's a dual threat. He's been injured the last 2-3 seasons, so they don't want to give him guaranteed money.
Yeah.
As a fan, I hope he gets it. He deserves it.
Yeah,
Former MVP. The guy, he's probably one of the best dual threat quarterbacks since Vic. Yeah, we've seen Cam Newton and others, but like really good on an elite level. I haven't seen nothing like that since Michael Vick, and that's going way back. I don't say way back, but at least for that last 15 years.
I agree.
You think Deshaun Watson's on his level?
No.
But Deshaun Watson's not. When Deshaun Watson first came out, he was running. Then he tore his ACL, and he became more accurate after that. He wasn't running as much. So I want to say he's still a dual threat, but he's not. Lamar Jackson runs a lot.
I'm just saying because they're gonna have the same contract pretty much, so.
But since Deshaun Jackson got, Deshaun Watson got all guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He wants something.
That's what I'm saying.
Just similar.
Yeah. Would you want to pay Deshaun Watson what you're paying him, or do you want to be like the Raiders, the Panthers, the Colts, so on and so forth? And go out there and give him $280 million, guaranteed dollars.
Well, let's not forget that the Browns, one of the worst. I won't say one of the worst. One of the bottom tier franchises.
Yeah.
Gave him all guaranteed
After massage game.
after his little fiasco.
Yeah, but I see it differently. I see it differently when you've been striking out on quarterbacks for 2 decades, or they have a jersey. Taller than me, with names on it, with names on it.
Shout out to those fans who made those custom jerseys.
Yeah, so it's
with
like
100 quarterbacks in the past 20 years.
When you have that, when you have something that's actually willing, when you have a player that's willing to come to you, yeah. Like I personally wouldn't, as a Cowboy fan, I wouldn't even give Dak that much money. I love Dak to death. I wouldn't give Dak that much guaranteed dollars. That takes too much from your whole team. You got to look at the team aspect. But when you're the Browns and you've been striking out quarterbacks for 2 decades. You kind of got to roll the dice, and they did. So I mean, I don't knock them for it, but what else? What else can you add in the long run? Because I was telling our buddy Paul, after this year, when he restructured his contract, his salary is going to be $68 million a year.
Who?
Deshaun Watson. Next 3 or 4 years, $68 million.
That's crazy.
You keep restructuring it, so keep getting higher. It goes up, and that $68 million, that's like a 50-year team salary by itself.
The salary does go up, and it increases every year. But
probably 10 million, 10, maybe 10, 15 mil, but like $68 million, that's bonkers, man. You've never heard that before.
Yeah, but they'll probably restructure it.
Yeah.
But still, all right, how does a quarterback like Jimmy G get paid by Oakland, and he's mediocre at best? You know what I'm saying? I love Jimmy. He did what he did for the 49ers, but everybody knows it was the coaching and it was the defense. And then you got Lamar Jackson, who can literally turn a franchise around and take any team that has a good wide receiving core. If you put some good players around him, this is a quarterback that can take you to the Super Bowl. Why is he not getting paid? What is going on? What happened? That's what I'm saying. Is it because he's setting a dangerous precedent by representing himself?
Nah, none of that at all. At the end of the day, whatever's on the paper is either going to get signed or not. He knows how to read English. I mean, at the end of the day, either he agrees to what's on the paper or he doesn't. And if he doesn't understand something, he'll find somebody.
A lawyer.
Yeah, something real quick, or Google it or something. It can't be that hard nowadays. But at the end of the day, the only thing I think stopping teams is the injury issue. He's missed a third of a season for the past 2 years in a row, 2 or 3 years in a row. I mean, that's the only issue I think that is even scaring teams away at all. Other than that, you got an MVP quarterback sitting.
But could it also be that you're gonna have to pay out 2 first rounds and a big contract?
Yeah, that depends on the team. Depends on the team that is willing to give it up. I feel like some teams are sitting prettier with the picks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few teams out there, they who can do that and have no issues whatsoever. And there's some teams that are hurting other positions to where you can't really give away the picks and the money. You give away the picks, you're losing the 2 draft picks and you're losing money to sign players. So it's like double-edged sword. Do you go with the MVP quarterback, or do you lose the picks to acquire players, and you lose the money to acquire players? That's it's like it's one of those things where you gotta look at it. That's why we're not GMs. That's why GMs sit there and get paid the top dollar.
You right.
But I hate the fact that the GMs, yes, but as fans, especially like when you see the Raiders have a top 10 pick, they have no quarterback, and they chose Jimmy G. Okay, yeah, he has a winning record, etc. We know that. This is Vegas, Sin City. We can go on and on about Vegas. They have an NFL team now. You would think you want somebody who's gonna fill the stands. Obviously, it's Vegas; they'll probably be filled anyways. Yeah. But you want that excitement, And me, if I was a GM, I'm gonna show what I can to get Lamar Jackson. The guy's electric on and off the field.
Yeah.
Let's show what we can. We have the number one rusher in the league, running back in the league.
Number one wide receiver.
Our defense is not that great, but we have an electric quarterback. Let's show what we can for him. You have a top 10 pick. You obviously make it happen. The Raiders aren't willing to pay it. Vegas, you have the money. Come on now. You can pay it if you want to. They chose not to. They went the Jimmy G route, and that's fine. But it might bite them in the butt in the end. The Jets are looking for a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers supposedly still hasn't gone through. And Coach Sala still on. He's probably on his last leg this year.
They're just sitting there playing the waiting game.
That's fine. But you have an MVP, 26, 27 years old. The guy's in his prime.
Right, in his prime. Exactly.
In his prime. MVP. In his prime. And in New York, of all teams.
Nobody wants to pay this guy. Nobody wants to
get the fix could be in.
Capital.
All the owners don't want to pay him, if we get Lamar Jackson $250 million, that's two quarterbacks now in the past 2 years gotten full guaranteed contracts. What's Burrow gonna get?
He's gonna get
$300 million guaranteed.
He's gonna get a lot of money.
And after that, who? Chargers quarterback. Herbert. Another $350 million. Is it good?
Jalen Hurts.
They don't want to do it. And Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl last year. No, and here comes Mahomes knocking on the door. Hey, I need some guaranteed money too. Then.
Yeah. And Jimmy's contract was 3 years, $72.8 million with $45 guaranteed.
And that's a bargain now.
That's a bargain.
The guy was the highest paid just 4 or 5 years ago, and people were like, "Who is this guy?" He was a backup to Brady, paying him 24, 25, 26 million at the time. And that's laughable now. He's getting paid less than that. Now to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders.
Yeah, no, that's great. I just don't understand. You got MVP talent that is pretty much going to go to waste for pretty much the whole year. Week 10 is when he,
I just want to give a big shout out to Carr one time. He was playing for the Saints.
Woo.
Didn't go to school too far from here.
Resurrect his career out
Has
there.
a losing record. And he's been getting paid all these years. He's been robbing these teams blind. If he doesn't do good this year, it's a wrap. He needs to just stop taking people's money. That's just me.
No. You know who took people's money was what's his name from Denver, who made all that
Wilson?
money. Not Wilson. He took a lot of money too. Oh man, what's his name? The white guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. It'll come to me.
From Denver?
Yeah, from
the
Denver.
Quarterback?
That he was on Chicago and Denver. What's his name?
Stop it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue.
Oh, you're talking about Jay Cutler.
There you go, Jay Cutler. He robbed
Jay Cutler out of Chicago. A lot of money.
He was on a bicycle when he played the Packers, I think it was, in championship game.
Good old Jay Cutler.
He's sitting there.
He robbed teams.
He was bicycling for a hot minute. Yeah, that was a horrible scene.
At the end of the day, man, I said it all along. He's gonna go back to Baltimore. I think they squash it somehow. Jim Harbaugh. No, John Harbaugh.
John, yeah.
One of the Harbaughs. Either way, they're both great coaches, but
I don't think so. Know why? Offensive coach is gone.
Yeah, he ain't going.
Greg Roman. He's gone.
He's in Miami now.
The only issue with that I heard was that he didn't have no say in their new ones.
I'm just when your offensive coordinator is gone, who pretty much had the identity for the team or at least the offense, and now he's gone. They
That
kind of put the fixing for.
they
for,
put that
for
little
him.
they put that franchise tag on you, where they don't want to pay you no money. Like you get disrespected publicly like that. Come on, you ain't gonna want to go back. Unless
Hey, we'll see what happens in the draft. A couple weeks away, we'll see what happens in the draft. What teams do and don't draft somebody,
you're right.
and we'll see where Lamar Jackson goes. Pretty much.
You're right.
I don't see him playing for the Raiders. If he does, he'll hold out like Bill did. Plays those 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and then go to free agent around next year. He wants his money, and that's fine with me. At least for me.
He deserves it. I mean, he's a good quarterback. You don't think so?
Not that much money.
He's better than Dak. You don't think so?
He has better legs than Dak. But we're not gonna go into that debate today. That can go for a while.
Hey, don't start. Hey,
Lamar
I'll get on Dak
Lamar
right
Jackson
now.
has one of the worst deep balls in the NFL.
What?
Lamar Jackson has literally one of the worst deep balls in the NFL, statistically. So I don't
But
want
he
to
had
I don't want to hear about this guy's
But
arm.
he didn't lead the league in interceptions though.
He didn't play enough games to do it.
That's a good fucking point. That's a good point. I didn't even good. That's a good point.
Anyway, like I said, this
I tell you what, if you swap those two quarterbacks, Dak's not even going to the playoffs.
That part.
Let's say that.
That part.
was the same situation.
No, if we
It
swap
ain't
the
the
two
same
quarterbacks,
situation.
I don't think Dak will go to the playoffs.
Lamar, I think Lamar Jackson would be able to take the Cowboys deep into the playoffs.
No, it's no different.
And I think
What do you
Jerry
mean that's no
Jones would actually hug and kiss Lamar Jackson more than he does that.
Stop.
I think so.
Stop.
I'm just saying, throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
I don't believe it.
Has Dak not made you cry twice now? The past 2 years?
He's made me feel something. He made me feel
I think Lamar would not make you cry. Lamar would make you happy.
Lamar's cool, but
Lamar wouldn't be the Niners, but I think Lamar would make you happy.
Lamar is cool. I'm not knocking the guy, but he's not better than Dak. I'll say it.
Hey,
I'll look around the
hey, if we go on the Cowboys, I'll give it all day. Get on. Let's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
go next
That's
one.
what I'm
'Cause
saying.
I'm gonna make Ant cry again.
All right, man. So next up, man. So today I was scrolling through the internet and I seen this Sports Illustrated article that talked about the 5 worst free agent signings this 2023 off season. All right. First on this list, we got Eric Kendricks, the linebacker for the Chargers. He got a 2-year, $13.5 million, $6.75 million guaranteed contract. And the reason why Sports Illustrated said that this is one of the worst, this is the 5th worst, is because he struggled in coverage last year, and they let Drew Tranquil go to the Chiefs. He's 27 years old, 4 years younger than Eric, 146 tackles last season, and excelled in coverage. How do you guys feel about Sports Illustrated's take on this 5th worst free agent signing? Okay.
I don't mind it at all. Considering that they just let Kenneth Murray walk, or he's going to walk, one of the rookie they drafted a few years back. He was just as bad. Kendrick, he's good in open field tackling. But other than that, he's just there. You know, he's not a Bobby Wagner. He's not a guy on the Bears. So guy on the Ravens.
Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith, Roquan Smith caliber player. You know, he had a chance to be the caliber player, but he never hit that peak. And yeah, I mean, it fills your need at the position, but it's not gonna be like one of the guys who's gonna be the guy for that position. You know, he's not gonna be able to do everything you expect him to do.
Okay. What about you, Jose?
Sometimes experience, is worth, paying for.
I agree.
And did the Chargers not give a 24 or 27 point lead, something like that in the playoffs?
Yeah.
The Jags.
So sometimes experience is worth paying for. So they could have went that route, and that's just my feeling. Despite the numbers or age or what the case may be, experience, trumps all. And that's my
Makes
take.
sense. That makes sense.
I mean, you could be slower. If you're a cornerback or linebacker, you might be slower, but just your experience, your knowledge, and your leadership helps a team overall.
Yeah. Especially linebacker, they're the ones that control defense anyway. So
And the AFC West is already a tough division.
very tough.
Obviously, you have NFL champs in that division.
I think probably one
Mahomes
of
ain't
the
going
worst-
nowhere for forever.
One of the
So
hardest divisions in the NFL.
and Kendricks has played well when he's on the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been a playoff team for years. Well, at least with him and all these the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Since Cousins been there, but just me experience is it's worth paying for.
All right. So, would you knock that off the list?
I wouldn't say it's one of the top 5 worst, but I mean,
Okay.
I mean, if you want to display his age and all that, I mean, that could be the reason for some, for some.
Yeah. That makes sense. And it's the end of the third quarter, and the Kings are leading the Suns right now, 101-93. We like that mother beam. Let's go. All right. Number 4 on this list, Zach Allen, defensive end for the Broncos. He got a 3-year, $45.7 million, $32.5 million guaranteed contract. A lot of money. And the reasons are he got 11.5 sacks over the last 4 years. He had only 5.5 last season. And the Broncos are trying to use him to replace Draymond Jones and Bradley Chubb. How you guys feeling about that at number 4? Jose?
I mean, Chubb's a great loss. They traded him to Miami for a first or one of the Niners' former first-round picks that we had. That Denver squad, they're stacked. And now you're bringing Sean Payton as coach. And I think he has... Obviously, he's an offensive-minded coach. But he needs a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a great defense last year. They were
Solid.
at least top 5
Top
going
5
in
for sure.
at least mid-season. I
Very-
don't know what
at
they
the
ended up at the
beginning.
end of the season, but for sure top 10 easily.
They were number 1 at one point last season.
And they added a couple more pieces,
Yeah.
and no one's gonna hate an edge rusher. Everyone loves them.
Yeah.
So
But 11.5 sacks over the last 4 years.
that's okay.
That's okay.
I didn't say it was great. I said it's okay.
That's okay, though.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, he could have got a lot more if he had more sacks.
And you got to remember, 5.5 of those came last season. So if you really think about it, over 3 seasons, he only got 6 sacks.
Hey, Broncos team is stacked, so I mean, he can get more, and that's fine. Like I said, you want leadership, you want your people are experienced, and you pay for what you get sometimes.
But the contract, though, you got to think about what they just paid. Is he worth 32?
Is he worth it? Probably not.
$32 million.
I just seen Ibukam, probably saying his name wrong, former Niner player. He got paid.
Ebukam?
He got paid again. He got paid by the Niners. He got paid by whoever got picked up on, I forget what
Yeah,
team.
he's not all that.
And he's not that great. And he was an edge rusher. And the guy probably had maybe 18 sacks was in the Niners past 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe.
But that's still more than...
Maybe that's just going rate now in the NFL.
Still a lot more than this.
Hey.
You get 6 sacks in 3 seasons? Come on, man.
Maybe it's double team. Maybe it's triple team. I don't know exactly. I can't speak for every team. I don't watch every team's highlights or every team. I have 5 TVs in my garage. And I can't watch every game. But I mean...
With Sunday Ticket, yes, you can. Remember that.
If somebody would pay the bill one time, I could watch every game. But I'm just...
Shooting them.
Is there ever going to be a Sunday Ticket anymore?
Yeah, there is.
Still be on YouTube TV.
Oh, YouTube TV? Okay.
Yeah. Which I
gets
pay for, so I can't miss every game.
So the bill will be paid.
Either way, to answer Jeff's question, I'll jump on the wagon, Jose, there with the veteran presence. At least with him, I feel like D linemen they make more havoc than your linebackers would in the trenches. So I mean, when you're paying that guy kind of money, maybe he knows what he's doing at a more valuable rate than these other guys are doing. So maybe the 5.5 sacks were on a team that had nobody on the D line with. I don't know who the Cardinals even had last year, to be honest. So Chandler Jones with the Raiders. Other than that, I couldn't even name a D lineman on the Cardinals. So maybe the 6 sacks that he had last year.
Yeah,
was
that was about it.
But the whole replacing Bradley Chubb thing there, good luck. You're not replacing Bradley Chubb.
Oh no, you're not.
But you could plug and play, and maybe he'll get you 8 sacks next year. With a team like the Denver Broncos, who have been on the higher side, of the good defenses probably for the past decade. They've been on the better side of the defense charts. Maybe he'll get you 7.5, 8 sacks.
But you gotta remember, you're playing against Herbert, who's a great. I don't say great, but he's a gunslinger.
Yep.
I told everybody he reminds me of Brett Favre.
Yep.
And you have Mahomes in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, won 2 Super Bowls already.
Now you got Jimmy.
Now you got Jimmy, yes. But I mean, you got to get guys who are going to come after the quarterback.
Two out of 3 of those teams have subpar offensive lines.
Correct.
Raiders subpar, get Chargers. I feel terrible for that team. They're only reason why a lot of the time that they're so injury prone. Man, that team gets. I know the NFL nowadays, a lot of teams get banged up, overall. But the Chargers, they always lose key players at the worst times.
When you say key player, you're talking about Williams, the receiver. That guy's injured all the time.
Mike Williams. I'm talking about their left tackle who got hurt. He's got drafted like 2 seasons ago. He's like damn near one of the best left tackles in football. He got hurt. They lost him. I just feel like even when they bring in a veteran, he ended up getting hurt, missing 6 games, and that's like Herbert's. That's Herbert's couch right there. That's where he's blocking for him right there, and you lose that, you're gonna get squashed. So when that happens, there's your Zach Allen dude, who's gonna come in and get 8 sacks, I believe. I think. But while the Broncos always room to improve. So.
That's true. The next on this list, Josh Oliver, the tight end for the Vikings. He got a 3-year, $21 million deal, $8.2 million guaranteed.
For the Vikings?
For the Vikings. Oliver's a block.
Nah.
He's lauded as a blocker. $7 million is a lot for a player who's never played more than 47% of off-season snaps, or offensive snaps, sorry. Never caught 15 passes or had 150 yards receiving in any season. You think that's a bad signing or what? For that amount of money, $21 million?
They have Hawkinson. That's why I think it's a bad signing.
They have 2 tight ends.
Who else?
Irv Smith.
Oh,
Hey, very true, very true. I mean,
to cut this one short, that's probably number 1 on the list so far. Is the worst signing. You have T.J. Hawkinson, Pro Bowler, and then you got Irv Smith, came off an injury last year, played the last 2 games, I believe, if that, and didn't really do a whole lot. But I feel like he's got the potential to be a great tight end too in that offense. And yeah, I mean that's a pointless signing in my opinion, unless he's going to play special teams, and you don't pay anybody to play special teams that kind of money. So what's the point there?
you did say Irv Smith. Was it Irv Smith?
Irv Smith, yeah.
And he was a fantasy-wise very.
Yeah, people were touching him earlier than
they were drafting him. Yeah. It was surprising, but that was before they had Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
So they traded a good amount for Hawkinson too. I can't exactly remember what it was, but it was a good amount. And now you add a 3rd tight end. Where does he fall? He don't go higher than Hawkinson or that.
I don't understand that. Because what do you even do with him? Like, unless Irv Smith left, which I don't think he did. What do you even do? Like, do you just plug him as a blocker, or does he play special teams? Like I said, or I don't get it because they're not hurting a wide receiver, So they're not gonna throw him in the slot or something.
Maybe he felt. Maybe I mean, obviously the coach, he came from the Rams.
Yeah. And
maybe they lost Thielen, so maybe they're filling a different role.
No, that's what I was saying. But even there, they still have Osborne. And they have another
low key,
and they have another young cat too. I don't know. I can't remember his name. He has a funky name, but they have a young cat too who you're paying pennies compared to that.
But that entire offense runs through Jeff Jefferson.
Just Jefferson, yeah, 100%. Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison.
It used to run through Cook until Jefferson came.
I said you got all these weapons, and you go sign this tight end to the money, like for what? You're just wasting dollars, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Could you imagine though? They had Jefferson and D Hop. Hey, that's just like an all Madden team right there made.
You saying that? The first thing that popped in my head was that's like it's ugly because you have Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. Kirk Cousins of all people, like why does he get blessed like that? And everybody in the league, how does he get blessed with 2 All-Pro receivers? If it were to happen,
Hey, there's 31 teams who could potentially have D-Hop right now. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. It's anybody's dream to have D-Hop. A great receiver. He's never had great quarterbacks with him. Hey, give him a solid quarterback. I'm not saying Cousins is at least a solid quarterback. He's not bad. He's choked on a lot of games, but the guy's not horrible.
Like Matt Schwab. Matt Schwab.
Did you guys get to 2 and 1 on the list? Or are you guys just talking about?
No, I was just talking about D-Hop and
We
good old Vikings third tight end they signed.
Page a little bit.
Y'all good?
But,
Where's he gonna go?
Who?
D-Hop. Where's he getting traded to?
He'll be there. He's probably gonna trade on draft day, more than likely. Depends on who drafts who, where. He'll probably get traded on.
It's one of those things where I want this player, so I'm gonna jump in here and give him D-Hop. I believe that too, but
someone in the second round.
I do believe one or the other between D-Hop and Odell Beckham will be a Chief. One or the other. So I think one of them for sure will be a Chief.
I seen Odell tweet today.
Doesn't he want to go back
to
New York?
I think he said thank God for today or something like that. I don't quote exactly what he said, but somehow blessed for today. So he probably met with some good teams today, or got some good news from his agent. But I'm sure Odell's going to a team with a great quarterback.
New York.
You're talking about Odell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think D-Hop.
He tweeted about something about the Buffalo Soldier song.
Buffalo Soldier.
Didn't we talk about that on Wednesday? Tuesday? Wednesday.
Yeah, but he actually, but today.
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Him sitting in the car.
D-Hop tweeted something about
the
Buffalo Soldier song.
Soldiers, yeah. The Bob Marley song.
Oh, he wants to go to Buffalo?
It's in the works, I'm pretty sure. Draft day is a big day because obviously if certain players don't fall where you thought they were, or you don't want to reach, I'll trade you my second or third, 2/3, whatever the case may be for this veteran player.
They always get that big trade chip in D-Hop.
Yeah.
I'll give you D-Hop. I want this young player. So you never know how it's gonna work out, man. But I do believe one of them goes to Kansas City because, like I said on Wednesday.
But D-Hop does come with a big price tag. I think 26, 27. Yeah, no. His contract is pretty big. It's not cheap.
It's like 19 this year with no guaranteed dollars left.
Google it.
I'll Google it.
I got you right. I'll Google it.
But like I said,
can you tell us DeAndre Hopkins' contract, what he has left? I think it's like a year left.
I think it's like 19 mil.
Kings up 9 with the 9 minutes to go.
All right, real quick while he's looking that up, on this list for of this top 5 signings that are bad, we got Andre Dillard, left tackle for the Titans. He got a 3-year, $29 million, $10 million guaranteed. Dillard was a 2019 first-round pick by the Eagles who failed to stay in the starting lineup through his rookie deal.
Andrew.
All told, Dillard started 9 games across 4 years in Philadelphia before hitting free agency. How do you guys feel about that? 29 mil, 10 guaranteed for with the Titans.
They just saw it's Tyler Lewan. So I mean, it's a high risk, high reward. But at the end of the day, Tyler Lewan's gone, and you need to fill it with something. And he's a former first round pick who obviously has talent. He's a first round pick. So I mean, you didn't see him much on the field, but he was hurt, and then some big dude came in and took his spot afterwards, and they became the best offensive line in the NFL. But I don't mind it. I mean, like I said, high risk, high reward. The Titans are kind of in a rough patch right now where they don't really know what they're doing with their team. I feel like so they're kind of shopping everybody other than Treylon Burks.
The Titans is filling it out. They're hoping he can do good. Obviously, former first round pick. Injuries, they hurt. Anybody's career. Obviously, and they're just praying that he's going to do good, which. He may or may not, obviously. 50% chance either way.
Yeah.
And the Titans are in a rough spot. They're low-key a playoff team when King Henry puts a team on his whole back.
Yeah. They're a great team. It's weird. They're a really good team without a lot of big names. And they just recently asked Kevin Barr to take a cut, and he's like the best safety in football for a while there. It's like, what are you doing when your guys playing great?
He probably still is the best safety.
Yeah, so like, how do you ask some guy who doesn't do anything wrong to take a pay cut? Like, that's disrespect.
Low-key, one of the best coaches in the league they got.
Oh, Rabel? Yeah.
One of the best. Former NFL player.
Yeah,
shout out to the Pages. They produce a lot of good, players. And one of the best coaches I think that came from that family tree.
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing on a squad,
Definitely.
They play hard.
He's like a player's coach, like
he
gets to him better, talks to him
I
more.
think we've all seen that video when he hugged that lineman who
Center?
played played
center.
forever. They were both crying.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a former player, you would understand how that feeling.
The emotions, that are involved.
Definitely not a sexy team. They play football their way. They're slow, but they win games.
And they eat the clock.
Yeah.
They do.
Nothing wrong. I mean, they got the running back who can do it,
Yeah.
and a defensive mind that will rain, sleet, or snow. They're gonna show up and produce.
No, I agree. Well, we got the number one person on this list that is, according to Sports Illustrated, is the worst signing in this offseason. So far. Is Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. 3 years, 72.8, 45 mil guaranteed. And the reason is because, however, Garoppolo's contract essentially locks him into large cap numbers of $16.3 million and $28 million, respectively, over the next 2 seasons, while that doesn't keep Las Vegas from drafting an early round quarterback of the future. It takes away the Raiders' ability to be cheap at the position, which would have allowed them to be aggressive in other areas. What do you guys think on that one? Is that the worst of the worst? No?
I mean, the Raiders did what they had to do. They had to fill the position. And obviously Rodgers, some people were saying, he would have went if they would have went after him, this and that. But at the end of the day, Rodgers looked like he wanted to be a Jet the whole time. So, and the Raiders got to do something. They can't just sit around and play fiddle until somebody wants to be a Raider. I mean, it's hard to be a Raider when you got no defense and you're winning 6 games a year. But Jimmy G was there. He was available at a reasonable price. And either way, I think they should draft a quarterback. So I mean, I don't mind the pick for right now because they could play it short term and maybe maybe something happens and they make the playoffs as a wild card team. Because I know they won't be the playoffs as a division winner. So that's 0% chance.
Yeah, we know that already for sure.
Easy, 100%. But I mean, maybe they could squeeze into the wild card somehow. Who knows? I mean, crazy things have happened. So, I mean, no, I don't believe that's the worst by any means. Just because the contract's not like some crazy contract where he's getting like $45 million or something, or $40 million like Daniel Jones. He's only getting like 30, like you said, or something like that. So it's not even that bad. I mean, it's workable.
That's the main thing, the contract. That's why it's probably not even. It should be top 5 best. It's because of contract. Mm-hmm. What is it, 23 million a year? Something pretty cheap now, to pay, on the quarterback prices going right now.
For Jimmy?
Jimmy, obviously he has a winning record. Yes, the team that Niners has played on formerly. The team as a whole won. You would never say Jimmy won himself.
A couple of games here and there. He did what he had to
He
do.
completely knocked the guy. He had some game-winning drives. What I mean?
But we all joked around before the season was ending that the Raiders would take Brady or Jimmy. We threw that out there because they were former players who played in the McDonald's.
Yeah.
And obviously Brady retired. No one, not even the Raiders fan base thought Jimmy would sign with them or the Raiders would sign Jimmy, but they did. And I think they will also draft a quarterback, whether it not be the first round, maybe the second. I don't know. Jimmy is not the answer for their franchise, and will he win games for them? Yeah, as a team, they have the number 1 running back in the league. They're gonna brush him till his knees fall off, But I just think. Well, they could be competitive in AFC West, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Anson, they're not going to win division. We know that. They're going to be competitive for sure. It's not going to be cute.
Yeah.
But no one cares if your team wins by 2 points, as long as you win.
As long as you win.
As long as you win, you're going to be you coming into work on Monday morning, supporting your team, and talking BS to everybody else.
Yeah.
So, and Jimmy's done that for the Niners.
He actually made some crazy ass throws this past season that I never seen him actually take until 2022. He was actually throwing some deep balls.
When I went to work, Monday mornings, and everyone's like, "Oh, you barely won, Jimmy." And we won. We won as a team. I don't want to hear it. We won. I don't want to hear it. So go back wherever you're gonna go clean the toilets. I don't care. we won, all right. So hey, he didn't win us the big game, and that's fine. But when you're winning every week consistently, I don't want to hear it. Especially if your team is losing. Especially if your team's the Cowboys. I don't want to hear it. You hear me, Dad?
I do got a question though. What is the Raiders' record next season with Jimmy at the helm?
I think they're 1 or 2 games under 500.
Under?
Yeah, under. It's a tough division, man. I don't know the schedule yet, even though it's somewhat dropped. But you don't know the home or away stuff yet. But yeah, I think they're 1 or 2 games under 500.
Man, I don't even know.
I
wouldn't say they're under. I don't think they're under 500 team.
The defense is straight.
That's what I say. Defensive wise, no. We knew the whole stat was when they had Carr. They had the 32nd or between the 30 and 32nd ranked defense. I'm gonna just say they win enough games to maybe get the wild card. Maybe. I'm not gonna say negative record. I'm gonna say it's positive. But it depends on everybody else's record if they get in. I'm gonna say it's a positive record, but it depends on everybody else's record if they get in.
In today's football, you got to win 10 games to get a wild card.
I want to say 11.
I'm saying at least 10. Yeah, I feel like you got to win at least 10 games in today's NFL to get a wild card.
In the AFC, it has to be 11.
It's gonna be hard.
A lot of teams.
They have a positive record. I'm not saying they get in or don't, but it depends on everybody else's records on how it plays out. I'm gonna say a positive record though. I'm gonna say negative record. I'm gonna say positive record.
So you think they'll be above 500?
I think they will.
At least 500.
So there's 18 games now. So
yeah,
10-8, 9-9.
What are the case may be?
9-8 by week.
Positive record. That's all I gotta say. I don't think it'll be negative. That's just me.
Okay.
Like I said, you leadership. I mean, everybody knows on Niners. Everybody, listen to a Niners fan, read articles and media. Jimmy was beloved, brings leadership. Okay, that's great. And does he have more than Carr? Obviously, he has a better record than Carr, right? So, we'll see what happens. Let's say that.
Right.
To be determined.
That's fine.
To be determined.
I think this is the first season that the Raiders fans don't say, "Hey, this is our year. We're winning a championship," and they actually do something. I think they win at least 10, especially with Jimmy. You know, I think they got their quarterback, man. They got a quarterback that knows the system.
It's not going to be cute. It's not going to go.
It's going to be like Mike Babel and the Titans, especially with
it's
the
not
team.
pretty much. It's not going to be cute. Like I said before, earlier, if I was the Raiders, I'm in Vegas. I want excitement. You know, I want to get people away from the strip. I want people away from the casinos. I want come to the Allegiant Stadium and come see a top-notch quarterback. But you're not getting that with Jimmy G. You're gonna get a team. You're not gonna get the quarterback. Everyone's, quarterback win and losses. That's the main focus, the focal point of every team. And we as Niner fans, with Jimmy, you just get a leader or a team member for sure.
Yeah.
So to be determined for sure on the Raiders. But if they draft a quarterback in the first round, we know Jimmy G's only got maybe this season only. That's what they signed to a low contract.
No, he got two. He's getting paid $28 million next season. That's why I said that this is one of the worst signings because of how it locks him into next season as well as pretty much starter. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Kings by 11, 6 minutes ago.
You know where I stand on that one.
We lighten that beam, baby. We lighten that beam. All right, we got anything else? Oh, hey, what was the contract for D-Hop, cuz?
It's a 2-year extension. He's in the first year.
2-year extension. He's in the first year. And how much was it?
$54.5 million for the extension.
And what does he get next season?
Next season, he's getting $15 million.
15 mil. He gets 15 mil next season.
That's cheap.
15 mil.
Anybody
could pay that.
With Kyler Murray, man, I mean, Mr. Call of Duty himself.
I think that's all he does is play Call of Duty.
He's not a leader. He got paid, but he's not a leader that you want to be with. And we see D-Hop. I mean, his career's been. There's probably at least 7 quarterbacks at least. He had a lot when he was with the Texans.
Yeah.
Matt Schaub over here. He had Watson also. A couple injured quarterbacks here and there. Colin Murray. So I'm going to say at least 7 quarterbacks.
The only other one I can even think of is Colt McCoy.
Yeah, Colt McCoy too?
And Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Colt McCoy.
For the Cardinals.
Shout out to Colt McCoy.
Is he still in the league? Talking about finessing teams, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, bag of quarterback pays.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Just like a kicker pays.
Shout out to my boy Annabeth Terry, $100 million kicker, once again. I'm going to teach my son how to kick a ball, 60 yards one time.
Yeah.
Finessing teams.
No concussions, no big hits.
No shoulder pads, no nothing. Just go out there and kick the ball. 2 different shoes. But anybody who goes D-Hop, shout out to them. And the GM who finesses the Cardinals out of a trade. I don't think the Cardinals are going to trade him to a team of his liking.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. He hasn't. It's not like the Cardinals drafted him. He's been on their team for 10 years.
I completely understand that, but D-Hop has a saying where he goes. D-Hop's not gonna. D-Hop will tell the team, how he feels.
No, any player can do that.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Cardinals owe him anything.
They don't.
No,
I agree with that 100%.
So like some people are like, I want to trade you to a team that's a playoff team. I want to trade you to a team that will help you or benefit you. I don't see the Cardinals doing that for him. They just want to trade it to the highest bidder, pretty much. You don't think so?
D-Hop will go where he wants to go.
Nah, I don't think so.
He'll go where he wants to go.
I don't think that will happen.
I feel like no matter where he goes, the conversation is going to be around the same. You're probably going to get a 3rd rounder and like a 6th or 3rd and a 5th for D-Hop. The conversation, whatever team gets him is going to pay the same. No matter.
For a player of his capabilities, just a 3rd?
3rd and a 5th. Yeah, 3rd and a 5th. I
see Tony Gonzalez. I see Tony Gonzalez in his 30s go for a 2nd round pick, a tight end.
You remember that?
Yeah, we went to the Falcons.
I don't remember that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember what he got compensated for, but I'm saying we're talking about Aaron Rodgers going for a 1st.
You're talking about 3-time MVP.
Yeah, but we're talking about the contract is huge.
Yeah, but he's also almost 40 years old.
You're thinking contracts nowadays. That's a big part. That's a big part of what a team does in the future.
14 mil for D-Hop.
We talking about D-Hop who hasn't dropped 15 passes in his career, pretty much.
D-Hop's also willing to restructure too. That's what he's saying. But
there you go.
Sometimes when you restructure to win a championship,
the Cardinals aren't going to get a 2nd for him. Just like I said, the Jets aren't.
They only gave him a 2nd to get him.
Then they're not going to give that back. They won't get a 2nd back, and Rodgers isn't going to get traded for a 1st.
You want to bet on it?
I'll bet it right now.
They won't get higher than a 2nd?
Oh, we got a bet going on.
I think they'll get at least a 2nd.
They will not get a 2nd.
What you want to bet? I'll bet you 20.
Bet 20.
Oh, I love these streams on bet. You guys see that?
Yeah, I'm talking for a 2nd.
All right, 20 it is.
20 it is. All right.
I need all
remember
one
this
and 2.
shit.
You hear me?
Remember this shit. All right, man. What's up next, man? You guys got any other NFL news you guys want to talk about that you guys heard about? Any NFL rumors? Anything? Oh, I just looked at the jersey. Zeke, real quick. You see what he said? He came out there and said that he had the Eagles and 2 other teams lined up.
Eagles, Bengals, and
I forgot who else. But the Eagles came out.
Eagles and Jets.
The Eagles came out and said, no, we are not taking Zeke. I don't know what you guys heard, but Zeke's lying. Hey, man, you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
So
I'm going to tell you right here, right now. I've never been the biggest Zeke fan. I only liked him a little bit because, he went to Ohio State, the Ohio State.
Trash.
But I just think his career is done. Only because his numbers have declined
drastically.
Big time.
Cowboy fan right here. Drastically declined.
And
go Google.
he's not a 3-down back no more. And it's unfortunate. It happens to every running back. He's put a lot of miles on his wear and tear.
It happened to him quick.
And
Well,
he took a big load with the Cowboys
He's been in the
from
league
a
a
rookie
long
year.
time, y'all.
How many
And
years?
At least
8?
I think 8. Yeah, I'd say 8. Yeah.
You're right. That is a long time.
he was
Especially to run the ball at Ohio State too. I mean, that's a lot of miles in there too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he was top running back for the good first 5 seasons of his career. The good first 5 seasons, top running back, one of the top. And like I said, wear and tear. Any running back position, they all of them hits, the blocks, it's wear and tear on the body. They're hitting somebody every down, just like a lineman.
Yeah.
You know, but the a lineman's not getting tackled by 6 guys at one point.
getting squashed.
You know,
300-pound D lineman.
and Zeke's done it all for the Cowboys. You know,
Got squashed like a pancake the final game.
so
Yeah.
obviously he'll get signed by somebody, but I don't think he's gonna put up any better. Zeke's had a great offensive line his entire career,
that is true. I
and his numbers have declined for the past couple years, like Ann said.
Drastically.
Yeah. No.
So will he produce more on another team? I don't think he will. He's not a 3-down running back anymore.
No, I just found it funny though that him and his agents or whatever who was representing him said that he had these 3 teams on lock, and next thing you know, you got one of them teams saying, "Nah."
Yeah, the Bengals are funky about it. I seen the coaches were I can't think of the Bengals coach's name, but he said, "Yeah, we're kind of content where we're at right now." And then I saw something today where it said the Bengals they're really hot, they really want them. And I'm like,
Well, they
"It's
lost.
just 2 different days."
What was it? Sam Perrine?
Yeah,
He went to
Perrine,
the.
yeah.
What's how you pronounce his last name? Pyrene?
I don't know.
He went to the Broncos.
Ryan?
Yeah, the Broncos had 8, 9 running backs last year. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Some Allen, the coach for the Bengals. Allen.
Yeah, no. KC really had every free agent running back on their team.
But leadership wise, I mean, he's there for a team.
You think he's the leader?
At the end of the day,
Zeke, yeah.
At the end of the day, all that matters is how much you're going to pay the guy. How much is he willing to take? This guy went from making buku money for a running back.
18, 19 million.
And he's
Cabo working out.
And they probably want most of these probably want this guy to take $3 to $5 million probably.
Yeah.
And David Montgomery to sign for like 6.
Yeah, but if you know but then Montgomery is higher than Zeke at the moment.
But does he think that?
Does Zeke?
Does Zeke think he's done? Does he? Oh no, I'm not done. I'm only 27.
Yeah,
Am I done? No.
Yeah, he's not. He's higher. He's older than 27.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's falling off a lot for his
That's
age.
what I'm saying. But see,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
but-
saying. He's still favorably young.
But no running back or any NFL players are going to think they're not falling off. They're going to think they're great regardless.
Exactly. So if the,
But the numbers show he's not.
the main thing here with me is why we need to stay in Dallas and take the same money.
Because the backup that you have is produced more than you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Why not just stay in Dallas and play the same role and take? Yeah, like he even knows he would have took.
Okay. But did
If to get the same money, you go somewhere else.
But did Daddy Jerry Jones want to give him less, or just cut him?
Probably the same. Probably the same money as anybody else would give him.
So why would he cut him then?
Because he wouldn't take the money. That's my point. So what team's going to take the money?
But we don't know that he offered him less money.
Well, we don't know, but I'm assuming it's probably at least $5 million. At least. If David Montgomery's making 6, that's what I'm saying. Zeke probably doesn't think he's done. Zeke probably thinks he's got something in the tank. Zeke played hurt. Zeke played hurt most of the year last
So
year.
that's why. So
With some
you're
knee
saying he
stuff.
didn't want to take less because he thinks he's still starting.
Correct.
Okay, I got it.
If David Montgomery's making $6 million, why am I making 5?
I got you.
Why am I not making at least 6? You know, that's probably what I think going through his head because he doesn't think he's done. He's only 27.
So
he still has some flash.
So what you think is that maybe Jerry Jones told him to take a pay cut and then he said, "No, I'm not."
Jerry Jones is all about the hometown discount, man. All about the hometown. All about paying his own guys. That's one thing. One thing good thing about Jerry, he pays his own guys. You can justify Jerry. You're probably getting a second contract if you do your part. But he's also a cheap SOB who expect you to take that big of a pay cut too, and Zeke probably don't want that.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying. He went from $15 million probably a year to $5.
Hey,
That
Jerry
ain't
Jones
working.
is not cheap.
It's $5. I don't know.
I seen
We
that
don't even know what it
stadium.
is.
I seen that stadium. That stadium's nice. He's not
It's
cheap.
not- He's cheap. He's cheap.
Player wise,
Different wise, yeah. And that's not even his money. That's like NFL money. So that's not even like he's getting. His pockets are filled regardless.
Very true.
His pockets are filled regardless. We've been there. We paid the price for margaritas and beers and food and
You guys, man.
it. Well,
I've been to a couple of NFL stadiums, and those toilets are really nice. Let's just say that. You have some of the best toilets in the
the
league.
toilets are nice.
If
imagine
the
everything
toilets are
else.
nice, you imagine everything else. Let's just say that.
I mean, the views were wonderful, so that's saying a lot for just an average Joe stadium. We're talking about an NFL stadium, and it was just wonderful. But not trying to jump off subject. That's how I feel about Zeke. I feel like he thinks he's not done.
So how do you feel about the teams coming out saying that they don't want him?
Okay, so if it's the Bengals, with the Mix obviously is not getting arrested or any.
Yeah, that's probably
yeah.
water under the bridge.
So
done.
I don't think he's being out mixing.
Yeah.
It's a good compliment.
Yeah.
The Eagles wise, they lost obviously Sanders.
Just signed Rashad Penny to a really cheap deal.
Experience wise, I can see him going to that team. Good experience. They don't need him. We see him. We don't need him to carry the ball 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Because the Hurts is going to run it. Also, they have a weird offense, and so that's a good. If they want a bell cow, he can get you.
Oh,
They can get you. He can get you some decent yards still. Nothing. He's not going to break no 30, 40-yard runs. We know that.
He had a 20-yard
But they
run.
didn't have that last year with the running backs they had also.
The dude literally hasn't had a 20-yard run in like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So
But
I mean,
the
we all know.
Eagles
We know
didn't-
what
the
we're
Eagles
getting.
didn't have that with the running backs they had also.
They had Miles Sanders. What do you mean?
But he wasn't breaking off. He wasn't breaking off a million
But this, I mean,
yards.
you cannot have to compare the two in the season. One
correct.
had a very decent year, and one was getting cut. So I mean, the seasons aren't even like comparable. At the end of the day,
Well, okay, what was the third team? Bengals.
Bengals
Eagles and Wolves.
and the Jets, and the Jets are.
No, he's not starting against Hall. Hall's 3 down.
I think he.
Depending on his injury, how he comes back.
If the Jets really, if those teams really are his 3 teams, I just think he wants to jump on the hype train. If he was the Jets, jump on that hype train, be part of it. Like have Philly stacked their squad like 6 years ago with Vic and all these other players.
Oh yeah.
And they had everybody. They didn't do. They had Vic. They had Vince Young. They had all these players, and they didn't do nothing. They crapped the bed. Didn't do nothing, and blew it all up. I thought that's what the Jets are doing, but they're not going to crap the bed. Obviously they're a lot better.
The Jets are trying to put.
They just need a quarterback.
Yeah, but they're trying to acquire enough pieces. This is Coach Saleh's last year, I think. If you don't make the playoffs, they have a tough division as it is.
Nah, I don't think it's his
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
At one point, I think all 4 of those teams were tied. I think mid-season with the same record, or at least one game
that whole
apart.
division.
Yeah.
Every team in that division is good now.
So I mean, this is Coach
Well, not
Saleh's
good, but
fourth
they're
year,
definitely workable.
and he has to make a splash. Like the quarterback, they missed on it with Wilson when they drafted him, so they got to do something. So they're betting high on getting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that season depends on Aaron Rodgers.
And when Aaron Rodgers goes there, obviously give him a list supposedly, but I'm pretty sure he's giving him a wish list.
He's-
What he
he's
wants
the
for him to go there, give him his services.
Got Lazard, Odell Beckham supposedly next on the list for the getting signed.
We heard about Beckham going there before Aaron Rodgers was supposed to go there because he loves New York. He was obviously with the Giants.
Giants, yeah. Well, no, that was the Giants. So that wasn't the Jets. That was the Giants.
Correct. That wasn't
That was the
back
Giants.
with the Giants.
Yeah.
You want to go? I don't think you want to go back with Daniel Dimes one time, but you never know.
Yeah, that's tough. You never know.
But as far as Zeke, he's had a great career. Let's just say that.
You think he's done?
And I don't think he's done. But as far as he's not. I don't think he's a 3-down running back no more. No. His
You said
career's
that
his
a lot of
career's not
words.
over. But he's not the running back he used to be. Obviously,
Yeah,
we know
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there's running backs that are a lot you're a lot worse with.
So-
a lot of running backs.
So those 3 teams, is there any benefit to signing Zeke now?
Philly, 100%.
I think
And
Bengals.
that hurts to say a lot. Philly,
I think
100%, that
Bengals.
hurts to say a lot
The Bengals?
because
Really?
the Bengals are great too because Zeke's a wonderful blocker. That's part of the reason why Dallas probably kept him so long. He can block his butt off. So I feel like you want to protect Joe Burrow. You want to protect Jalen Hurts. go get a guy who you can put in there. Because a lot of last year, we had Pollard and Zeke in at the same time.
Yep.
Zeke blocking, Pollard catching passes over the middle.
Zeke was playing fake fullback, and they had it off to him.
So I feel like it benefits both those teams. The Jets, I feel like that's just a crowded backfield. They got a lot of young guys, and they got Brees Hall. So I feel like the Jets are just like a wish list for Zeke, just to go jump on the wagon, groom him up,
Try to get a ring.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of those things. And then, but I feel like.
But would you be torn if he goes to the
100%.
The Eagles?
100%, man. 100%. It would hurt. But you gotta watch him play twice a year, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If you're not a fan of big Frank Gore here, if Frank Gore went to Seattle, I was interested. But if Frank Gore went to another team in the division, oh man, I would have hated him so much.
Like imagine Frank Gore when the Rams were good. Like he goes signs to the Rams, Instead of C.J. Anderson, it's Frank Gore,
I'm just glad that everybody went to the damn Raiders. It wasn't in our division, but across the bay.
Frank Gore was with a couple teams, but Buffalo,
Charlie
Miami.
Garner, Jerry Rice. Yeah, but that was.
Yeah, Frank Gore played for the whole division. He went to the Jets too.
Yeah, no,
he played for that whole division.
He went to the Colts. Did he go to the Jets?
Yeah, he played for the Jets and the Dolphins.
Dolphins, I know he did.
And
Dolphins.
Buffalo.
Whole division.
He was Buffalo.
He was on Buffalo too. Yeah,
Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, shout out to Frank Gore, man. We miss you We miss you out there. It was great watching that guy. Hey, man, I just want to shout out to Patrick Willis too, man. You my guy, man. From Billy F. Gates, man. We working, bro. We working out here. Next up.
Hey, hold on, I just want to say, big shout out to my Sacramento Kings who won tonight.
Let's go.
Light the beam. Let's just say that one time.
Let's go. You don't want to light the beam?
Let's go. Where's the button at? I'm gonna break it.
Hey, what was the score, Jose?
A lot to a little. Well, a lot to a lot, but we won though.
It was 135 to 127.
Yep.
Kings defeat
Phoenix Suns.
the Phoenix Suns. It looks like Red Velvet had 29 points. Devin Booker ended with 32. Man, that's good to see, man. Another high scoring game. Shout out to Red Velvet for coming back after being injured. But yeah, man, it looked like the Kings shot 52% from the field. The Suns shot 53. 3-pointers, Kings shot 33%. Suns shot 30. Free throws, we was on point tonight, 87.5%. And the Suns shot 75. Overall,
what was the bonus stats? Almost a triple double. I know that.
Let's see. Sabonis had 9, 9, and 27, close to a triple.
9, 9, and 27. Okay. There's a triple double. He's almost there.
No, Kevin Huerter led the Kings tonight with 29 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Harrison Barnes had 23 points. Keegan Murray 13. De'Aaron Fox 19. And yeah, our guy Malik Monk on the bench had 8. But I mean, Red Velvet coming back from injury, getting that dub. Kings up 44 wins, 29 losses on the season, man. We Sacramento proud out here. It feels so good. Kings out here making Chris Paul see the beam. Oh, shout out to Ryan, Purple Cobras, man. Hey, we missed you on the pod, bro. Hopefully you doing better. And yeah, man. Next up, boxing, man. We actually got like a couple good matches, but the matches we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the match tomorrow, which is David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Is this a world title match? No, not a world title match?
No.
Yeah, just a fight?
Yeah, it's just a fight.
It's kind of boring.
I think whoever wins that fight jumps on Canelo again. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. We'll jump that Canelo fight again.
And Canelo fights on Cinco de Mayo.
Canelo fights some guy.
Yeah, but Canelo.
That's all you gotta say.
But Canelo.
He gotta fight some random dude.
Yeah, but Canelo beat Plant already pretty easily though. Did he not?
It doesn't matter. That's what I heard. Whoever wins that fight fights Canelo.
Correct. I just don't see it. I don't see them fighting again. He beat him pretty good.
So you think David Benavidez is beating Caleb Plant tomorrow?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
I'm asking the question.
I'm just skipping that. He brought Canelo. I'm just saying. Who wins?
I think Plant wins. Just to get it out there.
No. We got this guy over here watching the Lakers game, not even on the TV. He's just watching the score.
Behind the scenes.
What is it? 105 to 102. Lakers are, in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left.
Grinding that one out.
Shout out to OKC, man. You guys got this, man.
All right, so who wins tomorrow? Who do you think wins?
Who do I think wins?
And
David.
Knockout or all 12 rounds?
I think it's going all 12, and I think David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant. Yeah.
I think Plant knocks him out in the 7th round.
7th round. Okay.
I'm gonna agree with Ant. He'll knock him out. I don't know what round though, but maybe 8th or 9th.
You don't think David got a chance?
I didn't say no. I didn't say no. I just it's boxing. Any physical sport, it's that one.
All it takes is one.
One good punch.
Yeah.
You get your guard down real quick.
Yeah.
You see, a couple people in the stands flashing you or something like that. You never know. But something happens where you let your guard down. One good hit.
They don't call him sweet hands for no reason.
Yeah, but I mean, Benavidez is what, 26 years old,
Undefeated.
6'2".
He a big boy.
His brother's in the Division II, right? Jose, yeah. They both box. What is he? How many KOs does this kid got?
A lot.
Well, he's only 18-0, I think.
Yeah, he is 18
18-0, right?
20,
18-0.
David is 26-0, 23 knockouts, and 2 title wins.
Oops.
Correct, but he hasn't played.
I think
he
you guys are
hasn't
thinking.
fought
But I think you guys are thinking of his brother.
Maybe.
No, he hasn't fought
Yeah.
anybody as good or the caliber of Plant on. Correct.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
We'll
26-0, 23 KOs, man. And
The Plant has 2 losses or 1.
one
is against
with 13
Canelo.
KOs.
And that's against Canelo.
Yep.
Yep.
This is a super middleweight belt.
It will be a good fight. I think that.
So-
There's a lot of tension in this one.
So you
Yeah,
think,
for sure.
I like the tension.
So you think Benavidez's record is kind of like a he fought a lot of bums to get where he's at?
I wouldn't say they're bums. I mean, they're obviously fighters.
Fixed fights? I mean,
They're boxers. They're
Yeah,
not
I'm
bums.
not gonna say even
But
NFL.
I
I'm
mean-
not gonna say they're bums, but
But you
not
I
as
mean,
great as.
Okay, yeah, they're boxers, but you know who are professional fighters who are out there just to collect a check and take a, I wouldn't say dive because they're not taking dives, but it's a warm up fight. You know that you got a lot of boxers who go take up these warm up fights like Canelo, who's gonna do because they have to,
Fight for the belt, I think.
yeah, they have to take a title shot, or they have to protect their belt. They have to do what they have to do. So they go and get these little up and comer nobodies and handle business.
Their name's literally like Joe Blow or something. That's literally the name, like Joe Johnson.
But you
or something.
know
like,
what- you know
his
what I'm
name's
saying.
literally like something like that. Like
So you
never
get-
heard of this
yeah,
guy.
So this is how they get their stats padded.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that I think this is the biggest test for Benavidez, to be honest with you. But him and his brother are really good boxers, and I think David really has a chance to handle business against Caleb Plant, and I think he really wants to get to Canelo. So
Hey, if he gets that, that'd be great.
That's been hyped up a few times. I've heard about it where Canelo hasn't wanted to fight Benavidez, but I'm like, well, Canelo's beat pretty much everybody's fought, so why would he want to fight Benavidez? But I feel like Benavidez hasn't like we've been saying fought anybody to that caliber to get to Canelo's,
it would. So you think like David Benavidez fighting Canelo would kind of be like how Canelo fought Mayweather at pretty much this, at a young age, and you got Mayweather was way more experienced, was able to dominate Canelo during their fight. It'd be the same thing with David Benavidez and Canelo now because of that age.
not dominate. I feel like Canelo, he could put on the weight. I feel like Benavidez is like he's big. He's a big boy. I don't think you dominate him. I mean, Canelo dominates people regardless in most fights. I mean, I'm not a big Canelo guy.
But I'm just saying
People know me.
be able to outbox
Yeah.
David like how Mayweather was able to outbox Canelo with that age. Just maturity in boxing and being in the ring for
The
30
IQ.
years.
No, I think Benavidez was.
You think it'd be a better? You think it'd be a closer fight?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
The big difference was that when Mayweather and Canelo fought, they're both undefeated. Mayweather had more experience, obviously, years on him.
No, yeah, a lot more years.
But if you talking about Canelo versus Benavidez, Canelo's not undefeated. We know that already.
Well,
2
yeah.
losses on his
2
record.
losses. But he also
But we
did
know
go
Canelo
up.
obviously has the bigger name in boxing.
Canelo still is boxing. He still is boxing.
Yeah,
Correct.
and he actually went up.
You got
and-
Canelo. There's only a handful of boxers you can think about. You got Canelo. You got Crawford. You got
As far as the face of boxing, yeah. Canelo is one of the premier boxers still, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Oh, you got Javante.
Different.
No, I know it's
we'll get to that, but
We'll
yeah.
get
We'll
to
get
that. But
to
I'm
that.
just saying that you're talking about faces of
Correct.
boxing.
Correct.
You got Javante.
so you got a handful of them.
Yeah. You got, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely up there, especially as a champion. But yeah, Canelo is the premier boxer, technically, right?
Yeah, you think of boxing, you think Canelo Alvarez. Honestly, if you want to jump into that, Gypsy King, he's up there too for sure. Yeah, Tyson Fury, he's one of those main guys in the sport right now where his name pops. You know, kind of like McGregor in the UFC. Dude ain't fought in like 3 years, but he's still in the UFC. It's like this is how it happens, man. Like that name just like sparks, like TNT.
True. Well, are you guys excited about this fight tomorrow?
Oh, 100%. Caleb Plant, I think he goes in there and does his work. I'm not 100% sure if he'll fight Canelo right off the back again, but Canelo fights the Joe Schmo guy. And then maybe around October, November, December, right in there, maybe. But I think Caleb fights somebody else before Canelo again.
Okay, you see that?
You think so?
Yeah, I think Caleb takes two
Well,
more fights.
Canelo fights on. You said Cinco de Mayo, right?
Cinco de Mayo.
So I don't think he'll take another one before that.
I think so. I think he'll fight somebody else.
Well, I mean, if you got the fight in August, September, October.
If he fights May, Canelo
Well,
will fight again.
I'll rephrase that. I think he should fight somebody again to deserve the fight.
Got you.
I'll take that.
You don't think that him beating David Benavidez should catapult him to
No.
take that fight? Okay.
He needs another one.
Okay. Who does he fight though? At super middleweight.
I know, no namer.
That's what I'm saying. You got. That's my point. Is like they take all these fights with no name people that are trying to up and like they're professionals.
I mean, like you could always throw
Once he goes down a weight class.
you could always throw Bivol back in there. You know, throw that
But
one back.
Bibble's at.
Well, he already lost to Bivol.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
That's like 180.
but Bivol's that one fight. Canelo wants more than anything.
Oh, I mean,
So Plant fight somebody. Canelo beats Joe Schmo.
unless these two one of those plays, unless these two one of them fights Bivol.
No, but what I'm saying is Canelo defeats Joe Schmo. Plant beats Benavidez.
Oh, see, this is a
And
title
Plant fights somebody else, while Canelo gets his revenge against Bivol, and if they both win, they collide again. If they win, I mean, it's a little bracket, you know. It's like I'll draw it out if you want me to, but
Yeah, so this is for the interim WBC super middleweight title.
Really?
And CBS has Benavidez via a TKO in the 10th round. So CBS, we on the same page.
Okay.
Just saying.
okay.
So yeah, it should be a good one.
Yeah, there's some good boxing coming up, guys. There's some good boxing. Keep your eyes out if you like the sport. It's not completely dead, like I said it was. After Timothy Bradley beat Manny Pacquiao, I said after that fight the sport was dead. Never watching it again.
Oh yeah, no, it actually been picking up in the past couple
So
years.
it's back. It's back.
It's getting a little resurrection right here in the next
Yeah.
couple weeks coming up. We have good old Tank versus Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, in
That's the
April.
one.
It's a
That's
fight.
the one.
It's a fight that the fans want, and I'm glad it's happening.
That's the one, guys. I'm so cheesed for that one, man. I'm so excited. My boy Ryan
Been waiting
Garcia.
for this for a couple years.
My boy Ryan Garcia is going to come out there and just put hands on Tank Davis.
All right. I just real quick. What are your thoughts on this rehydration clause to keep Ryan Garcia from blowing back up to 160? Because from what Tank said is that he's naturally big. He's a big guy now, and you know what I'm saying. For him to have that rehydration clause in there is smart on Tank's part, just so Ryan doesn't blow up, but also that is hurting him as Ryan Garcia as a fighter because obviously
Slows him down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's mutual. Anything Ryan Garcia can do, Tank Davis can do. He can blow up too. I mean,
But Tank is already a small fighter, and he stays at that.
I mean, Tank's a bulky fighter. He's not small by any means. He's a short. I mean, at the class they're in, Tank's a lot bigger than Ryan Garcia.
But they're fighting at 140, right? Or 135?
135, yeah, I think so. But
That's small.
I mean, but he's big. Like, he's not a small fighter. He's a pretty big guy though. Ryan Garcia is scrawny, skinny, all this and that.
If you seen the interview that Ryan Garcia was talking about just recently.
It's like,
You can tell in his face he lost a lot of weight. At least 10, 15 pounds easily already.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia even said in the presser, "Look at me, I'm skinny.
Yeah.
What are you worried about? I'm small." He literally said that to him
But
in the presser.
The main thing he was talking a lot. The main thing I heard was that they wanted him to make weight, and obviously this is a big fight.
Yeah.
So
It's a very big
we
fight.
all want to see it.
Yeah,
So
we want
it's about the money too. It's about the money for both of them, and Garcia was mostly with the fans. I want to give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
We all wanted to see this fight, and it should be a good fight. I'm on Garcia's side. I would like him to win, but Tank's good, and we're not going to deny that. But when he fought Rolly last, Rolly had it was a good fight, but he knocked him out.
He knocked him out cold.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rolly
it was
actually-
a
I think
good punch.
Rolly was lightweight winning that fight too.
Tank is very skilled, and he's very patient. And Garcia, he's a
Was that a lucky punch?
he's a fighter. So we'll see how it goes. I would love for Garcia to win.
God, I love Garcia.
But Tank is really good. He's a very defensive fighter.
Was that a lucky punch or was that a skill punch?
That was skill. He was patient. He was patient.
He cocked that back.
Yeah.
He
was
that
patient.
boy back
And you seen it
annihilated him.
when they interviewed Tank, afterwards, like a week or two later, he even said that, he was waiting for him to drop his guard. He's waiting for him to drop his guard. He studied him, and so when he knew it was going to happen, he wore him down, and he waited for that moment, and he got him.
That was like equivalent to the Manny Pacquiao knockout.
And I thought Rolly was getting on him.
He was getting him.
He was getting him. And experience trumps all. But Ryan Garcia, it should be a good fight.
All right. Does Ryan Garcia stand a chance against Tank in this championship fight?
Not only does he stand a chance, he's gonna win.
Ooh, he's gonna win.
He's gonna win.
I don't think it's going 12 rounds. Someone's gonna get knocked out.
This is one where like it's kind of be stumped a little bit. 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Knockout. Whatever the outcome may be. It can go both ways, but I feel like these guys both want to prove a point. They both want to just destroy each other with how long it's been since they've been talking. They've been talking for a few years about making it happen. It's finally happening. Mm-hmm. So they want to go out there and prove a point, show the fans who's really top dog. Because Ryan Garcia, he's got a lot more to prove. Even Canelo called him out. You don't train well. You're kind of lazy, stuff like that. So Garcia got a lot more to prove. Canelo called him out. He don't really got anybody that big name under his belt.
But didn't he also have like other issues with Canelo because he started with Canelo, then he jumped ship to go fight for what's his name? Mexican dude. I can't even remember his name. De La Hoya. De La Hoya for De La Hoya Promotions.